Hello and welcome in. My name is Drumroll Tony. I'm a streamer on Twitch, musician, and music teacher living in Seattle. Guilty Gear, we're finally getting there. This is the second most requested video game for music in the Discord. The first is Metal Gear Rising, but we just did a piece from that. We did an instrumental, so it's time to do some Guilty Gear. We are doing 6 Black Heaven's Guns. Apparently, this is the 25th anniversary song for this franchise of game. It came out in 98. 98's a good year. It's a year I marched drum corps. Good stuff. Okay, we ready to fuck some names up and say them wrong? Here we go. Composer, Daisuke Ishiwatari. I apologize when I say these incorrectly. Vocals, Naoki Hashimoto. Guitar is Toshihiro Kajihara. And bass is Atsushi Hasegawa. Let me know how wrong I just did those. I tried. I'm always going to try. I will at least give you that. Okay, I'm excited for this. Let's get into it. If you're new here, this is very, very basic surface level musical analysis, but I do stop a lot and rewind and talk a lot. So just letting you know. Just letting you know. It's, you know, that's just a great intro. We talk about this all the time on the channel. Groupings, rhythmic groupings. We have a composite rhythm, right? Daga, 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 da, the whole way. But the way that's made interesting is groupings of like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 daga daga baga daga 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. That's super fun. Let's just hear it again. We'll let it go, but it was just worth noting because it's good writing. All right, so right away, the big thing you want to take in, obviously, how great are those toms tuned? Well, you might not want to take those in, but I'm going to take that in. So the guitar player kept playing that same cool, we're going to call that an ostinato because it's a repeated rhythm, but that the drums come in with a contrasting rhythm against that, and it works. Like, so if you think about it, like the way it's stacked, you might be like, well, that won't work. But it does. It does work because why? The tempo is the same and the players are both strong, so your ear is going to accept what's going on. Now, if you layered like another 12 people all doing different things, no. There'd be too many rhythms for you to take in. It's kind of like listening to conversations in a busy room. You can only how many can you really hear at once? The same applies for when we listen to layers in music. All right, I went back to, let's see, 16 here? Let's go back right here. Everything's cool right now. Pretty easy to hear. Here comes our first syncopated rhythm. So to hear those compete, versus but the reason it works, again, it's all 16th notes. We're just thinking 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. That's the reason it's going to work. So we call that groove on paper, right? There's no written dirt. Written dirt would be when stuff like you write it together and like just rhythmically it would just fight each other and it would sound fuzzy when you hit play regardless of the player ability. Okay, enough talking. Back 5, we'll let it go.
I will not doubt myself anymore. I'm not just simply don't just say alright. Why turn away? You're right.
Very like power anthem sounding, right? So if this is the 25th anniversary, it kind of makes sense, right? It sounds very strong. And I haven't played the game. I mean, I know it's a fighting game, so I mean, it makes sense that it would be like this. The vocals are super in your face with a little bit of a guttural stuff going on there. And the bass and the guitar, it's everything you would think it would be. I'm gonna go back 5 and just let it keep going since we're kind of getting what we expected.
Why turn away? You're right.
Great. And now I hope we're getting, for those of you you've been hanging out in these videos with me for a while, you probably already said, but Tony, right there, the guitarist and the drummer really lined up with that rhythm, and they played that little end of verse section together, and I'd be like, yes, you're correct. They did do that. So you've identified how the layers were different in the beginning, and then how we had similar layers at the end there to create some variety, right? Because what do I always say? Variety is the spice of life. Well, a lot of people say that. I picked it up from Tony Horton. I can't take credit for that, but I do firmly believe that, and I really believe it in music too. The more interesting things that you tastily give your listeners to listen to, not too many at once, it makes songs really good. Okay, back 5, here we go. Oh yeah, let's hold on. Come out of the end of this chorus. The harmony is so good. Then we get into it.
Can't you get yourself back together? Yeah, you must have known by now. Not the same at all. Ask what wants yourself. Night of
Okay, that was fun. Ba geek go ba very chunky guitars in that. I mean, so you could kind of make an argument for those are two full beats of quarter note triplets. So what that would mean is if this is our quarter note, we're thinking 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. Sometimes people often mess that rhythm up and they play but and depending on where you're at, you might not hear a difference between those, but there is a slight difference. But just letting you know, you could feel that kind of either way and be safe with it right now, just that surface level stuff. But that was super fun, right? The guitars get chunky and we get super short in their sound. We call that staccato in music. So when someone says to you, hey, that sounds very staccato, they're just saying to you, it sounds short. Okay, so let's go back 10 and grab that again.
not the same at all. Ask what wants yourself. Night of
His vocals are great. So great, those of you that are like, you're young composers and musicians and you're getting into stuff, like think how effective when we have the we're singing on this note and it's being held out. It's like awesome sounding, it's commanding and powerful, and that's where you can play out and play all these notes underneath, and it totally does not like have a conflicting interest there, right? Because the vocal is sustaining, drums dig in, vocal sustains, drum digs in some more, and then at the end we have this sweet guitar lick that brings us back in. Let's just go back 10 seconds so you can grab that and just kind of take note how it works. Yeah, man.
This is the last portrait.
All right, so all of you at this point should be thinking 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's pretty fun, right? And then we start digging in with the guitar. We're just ramming. So the other thing I was going to say, maybe you're a young guitar player and you want to start jamming out to the stuff and you like listen to it first time. You're like, man, how do I figure this stuff out? Don't worry about all the flashy notes. Just sit on that chorus, and it's like a 3 chord like on the beginning of that chorus, and it jumps up a little bit. But just play through that and just play like the root notes. Figure out where the power chords move and go from there. Like a lot of times I see like I'm kind of like hang out and I get all kinds of like Reddit notifications because I'm in a bunch of music groups, and there's a lot of like young voices just kind of like reaching out like, hey, how do I do this? And I feel like people try to like bite off everything immediately. It's like, don't do that. Just reduce music down to like chord structure and rhythms and just those 2 things, and go from there and add that on as you go. So that may or may not interest you, but for those that does, hopefully that's helpful. Let's keep going here.
We got lost in the
I just kind of want to hear that big chunky part again because we kind of talked about other stuff. I was going to get back to it again. Ooh, that man, that give me some Alice in Chains vibe. Okay, let's go back and get that again. That's a nice little yeah bend on the vocal line there.
We got lost in the fog. How come around these? We got lost in the future. Blindly following the top down ahead.
The harmony, do you hear the two lines in the vocal? That is so cool. You have like such a like a grungy sound, and then there's way higher. I'm gonna go back 15 just to grab that. Let's listen to the intervallic distance between the voice there.
How come around these? We got lost in the
This sounds amazing.
blindly following the top down ahead.
Oh yeah. Wow, what a guitar solo. That was really great. Now, here's my challenge for you. I would say on your own, rewind that, because I don't really need to talk to it. You could rewind it right now and just listen to it on your own. And pay attention to it 3 different times. Listen to the guitar solos first, because obviously that's the foreground. That's the flashy part. All these notes are happening. Go back the next time and listen to the drummer and what they're doing and laying down the patterns and laws and rules within that guitar solo as far as a supplemental supporting instrument. And then listen to the bass player of how they work with not the guitarist, but the drummer. And that's where your rhythm section foundations for success will happen, okay? Because the reason we need to take note of that is when it's successful, it's awesome, because a bass player and the drummer are really the same role. Like a bassist really is also a percussionist, and a percussionist is really also a bassist. Those instruments, like, they have such overlapping. One of the first things I started learning as a young musician, going to like, when I was like, you know, like, we'll see what early high school, being in like jazz choir, like being the bass player and like listening to these older people talk about these kind of concepts at like jazz competitions. I was like, what are you talking about, man? Like, I was way too young. I didn't understand. But every single voice that I had, as far as like, you know, from really, you know, just average instructors to amazing instructors, they always talked about that and how much the importance of the role of the bassist and the drummer is. Sorry, that was kind of long-winded for just like, hey, go back and listen, but I just want to make sure we understand why. Okay, let's keep going here. Sorry. Oh, that was a sick jugadad. We got to get that one again. We're going back 10. That was really funny.
Six black heavens gone. I'll be forever hopeless. Oh. Six black heavens gone. Six black heavens gone. Get every bastard.
Man, what a great piece of music. Yeah, I can understand why this would be used for a 25th anniversary. That was awesome. Six Black Heavens Guns. They say it quite a few times in that song, but that's gonna be stuck in my head for a little bit. So there are suggestions in my Discord for what other pieces from this game series, but Obviously, I'm still going to invite you to write in the comments what you would like to hear below. And obviously, coming to the Discord is it's the easier way to get requests in. But still, I still want to read them. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad this has finally happened. My name is Drumroll Tony. I'm a streamer on Twitch. Make sure to catch me on lives. We talk about Guilty Gear, just video game music in general. You can find the link to my Twitch channel in the video description below, as well as the Discord server. Would love to have you there. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can catch the next upload. Thank you so much for watching. The Patreon's coming soon. We're gonna have a bunch of anime stuff on there. Actually, we're gonna have two, but that's gonna be the first one. All right, I appreciate you. Take it easy. Bye bye.